when I get a chance, I'm going to have an actual Bible study on judging others and forgiving others, because forgiving others can be a little tricky. All right. But judging others is like God says, he's going to judge you how you judge others. So on Judgment Day, or just in life in general, I don't want God judging me how I'll be judging others. Like, no, because some of us are very judgmental, very strict. Some of us have a religious spirit and we're judging people way too hard. Like, if God isn't even judging me like that, why are you judging me like that? And so it's like you need to be careful and tread lightly with that. Okay. And then the other one, forgiving others how God would forgive you, that one's tricky, because it's like, let's say there's someone that you really just don't get along with. They attack you. Okay. They don't put you under all kinds of forms of spiritual warfare. And you're like, well, you're questioning, you're a little confused, because you're like, well, I forgive this person, but do I still have to talk to them? Do I still have to be around them? Do I still have to give them my energy? Like, especially if it's someone you work with or someone in your family or someone that lives with you, it's like you forgive them, but do you have to keep on being hurt by them and offering that cheek, like Jesus said, keep offering 77 times or something like that? Like, because that's how graceful God is with us. And we see it in the book of Hosea, where God is talking about Hosea's wife being unfaithful, and he compares his wife being unfaithful to us as his children, and us being unfaithful and turning to everything like evil eye bracelets. I see a lot of my students wearing those evil eye bracelets, but sage and crystals and rocks and just different things that it's like those things can't save you, and you're offending God. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we shouldn't be turning to none of those things. Okay. When we have God, we don't need any of those other things. All right. But the point of me saying this is that you need to, you probably feeling like, have I really forgiven this person if I still feel a certain way when I see them? Like, there was someone who friend requested me the other day, and I remember the last time we were in communication, it was not a good communication. And so I instantly blocked the person, because I was like, nah, get out of here. What you think this is? Because that person came at me, and then I came at them, and it didn't end well. And I'm like, well, I forgive the person, but does that mean that I have to like do them how I would want God to do me? Because I wouldn't want God to block me. But let's just keep it real. Like, is there times where God gets so tired of us and giving us grace when he finally just be like, you're going on block? I would think so. Like, at least it feels that way. I don't think that God does that on purpose, but I don't even want to say that he does that on purpose, because God can do whatever he wants to do. But what I'm saying is, I felt like that before, like where I could see God was around me. God is around me every day, but like he was like had a hand in my life and doing stuff and just so much favor. And then when things got rocky and he wasn't there, I was just like, well, did you forgive me? I repented for whatever I did. I started thinking, just the worst. And it's like, maybe you start thinking that with other people, like, well, I forgave them, but do I need to be answering my phone for them? Like, am I supposed to get all the way back on friend mode, like how I would want God to do with me? And I just want to see your thoughts on that, because like, I know y'all didn't think that I was going to come on here and tell you what to do, because I can't tell you what to do, because if I don't really know what to tell you what to do, I can't be the one to tell you. But if y'all want to leave something in the comments and let us know, like, how do we know that we've actually forgiven someone for real? Because if we compare it to how God would forgive us, there is no comparison, because God is God, and God is, it's probably easy for him to forgive us, whereas us having these human emotions and some things about us being kind of like sinful, by nature, it's like, how do we really know if we've forgiven someone? And we don't want to go to hell for unforgiveness, so we need to make sure that we know a clear line, clear boundaries, like, because I feel like the healthy thing to do would be to forgive them, where it's like you don't talk bad about them, you don't you don't think like negatively, or you don't call them names in your head or whatever. It's just kind of like, yeah, I remember what you did and I'm good. Like, that's the energy that I'd be feeling. Like, nah. So I'll just block the person, thinking that I'm putting up a boundary to like make sure that they don't have access to me. But is that really forgiveness though? Especially if God is going to try to use me to bless them. Is that really forgiveness if I just block them? So that's what kind of like where I'm at. I'm like, If y'all know anyone who's done videos on this, you can post it in the comments or whatever. But that's the whole reason why I think Jesus kept saying, turn the other cheek, turn the other cheek. Every time they slap you, every time they hurt you, just keep turning the other cheek and offer them the other one. And it's like, gosh, do you want me to be like a bean bag, like a punching bag? Like, I'm supposed to let them punch this side and punch this side? Like, no. But I feel like we do that to God, though. We do. So, like, I find myself, like, when I was first Christian, like, when I was a babe in Christ, kind of still am, but when I was very, very beginning stages, I used to just forgive people and wouldn't really set up any boundaries, because I felt like, okay, I didn't want God to set up any boundaries against me. I want him to feel like he felt about me when I was like an innocent baby and I did nothing wrong. Like, I want you to always feel that way about me. So, like, am I supposed to forgive others and feel that way about them? Like, you know, like, am I, like, I don't know, but I just know your heart needs to be circumcised. Like, it needs to be softer, in a softer place, you know. So that's why I'm just like, yeah. And, you know, repent means to change your mind. So when you're repenting and you're changing your mind, it's changing those thoughts, those negative thoughts that I was talking about in the last video. You want to change those demonic thoughts to be more holy or more godly, like doing the more virtuous, righteous thing, right? So I don't know, y'all can leave something in the comments, but as far as I know, like, I feel like I'm forgiving people, but I'm also setting up boundaries. So it's like, where do we cross the line of knowing if we really forgave someone or not? And that's what this video is about. Like, me asking questions and hoping that you guys will answer it in the comments. How do you know when you've fully forgiven someone how God would want you to forgive them, like how God forgives you? Like, how do you really know? Because God is so powerful. His power doesn't even compare to ours. So it's like, how are we even supposed to be able to do something that you can do? Like, gosh. Anyway, I'm not trying to confuse anybody. I'm just saying, like, try to forgive them to the best of your knowledge, because that's what I did. That way, it's like, I didn't know, okay? And you can't be punished for something that you didn't know. But just try to do it to the best of your ability of, like, what you do know, okay? Like, try to forgive as what you think forgiveness would be, you know what I'm saying? And then along the line, and when people start commenting, or when you find out this information, and when it comes to me, then we'll know what we need to change. But as of right now, if forgiveness to you is like God was saying, forgive like how I forgive you, you know how you want God to forgive you. So just forgive on that level, but also set up boundaries so that these people aren't just making you a punching bag, like hitting you, and you just taking it like a bully. Like, come on, that's a sin too. You ain't supposed to just let nobody beat up on you. I hope not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, try to forgive as best as you can, and try to, I don't know, try to do what you think God would think, okay? That's my only advice as of right now, because I don't really know the answer. So y'all leave in the comments, let me know what you think true forgiveness is. How do you know if you really truly forgive someone? Now, as far as this judging, I'm gonna do like a more in-depth like Bible study with y'all. But yeah, God says don't judge people like how we wouldn't want to be judged. So that means, like, if we talking about people behind their back, or even in your head, or out loud, or, you know, with other people, and how you're judging a person, if you wouldn't want someone doing that to you, then don't do it to others. Or if you're going to judge someone, contact that person in private. Don't do it in front of everybody and embarrass them if you wouldn't want someone to do it in front of everybody and embarrass you. Some people, we're humble that we can take a certain level of quote unquote embarrassment, but it's not embarrassment to us. It's correction. And some of us, we like correction. We love to be corrected because we're children of God, and we always want to take accountability and be corrected so we can handle it. But certain people that's not there yet, they can't handle correction. So, you know, for us, children of God, we can handle correction. So just let me know. I like to be corrected. Like, I'm a teacher and I'm a student. So help me out. You know, I love to grow. I've always been a truth seeker. Okay. I'm always searching for truth. So let us know. Love you guys. Bye.